Hi there, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this week's little theme that we have going on. It's all about fruit and metabolic syndrome and sugar and all these different wonderful things that are all kind of connected. I guess maybe in my brain, anyways. I hope you can get the connection, anyways. So this week I am talking, like I said, about a few different things. And today I wanted to talk about healthy fruits because I get a lot of people that are very confused about what it is that they can eat, especially when it comes to sugars and their health. Yeah, we want to kind of stay away from sugars. We want to stay away from fructose specifically. And fructose is fruit sugar fruit sugar. But that's not the type of sugar we want to stay away from. We want to stay away from the type of sugar that is outside of the fruit, which is still fructose. It's the derivative, the processed sugar that comes out of fruit. And they usually turn it into high fructose corn syrup. And actually, fructose is half of what we see in normal everyday fruit table sugar as well too. So you want to really kind of stay away from that. But that doesn't mean that you have to stay away from fruits, and it doesn't mean that you have to stay away from um, eh, any kind of whole foods as a result. Yeah, you maybe want to not have a full day of fruits or having like 6 bananas in your smoothie, because you are going to increase the calorie count, obviously, at that point of anything that you concentrate down. It's going to increase the calorie count. But it's not to say that you can't enjoy a banana, or it's not to say that you can't enjoy a pineapple or any of these really nice, wonderful, sweet fruits. And even actually, if you were to get into a habit of having fruit after dinner or as a substitute for a sweet craving, this is going to be so much better for you in the long run. And even taking something like a date and using that as a sweetener in your foods or your baking or your little desserts that you might be making up is going to be so much better. But anyways, I wanted to go through some of the top fruits that you can actually take in to really help you stay healthy in the long run. The first one is a citrus fruit. It's grapefruit. And it's one of the ones that, it gets a bit of a bad rap because it can interfere with some medications. So if you are on some specific medications, you always want to check with your pharmacist before you taking in fruit juices, especially grapefruit juice. It is one of the ones that does counteract a little bit with your food, your medications. So just, keep that in mind when you are taking in fruit, grapefruit. But definitely, if you're not on any kind of medications, go for it, because grapefruit is one of those really highly nutritious fruits. It helps to reduce your insulin resistance, cholesterol, and actually helps with kidney stones. So it's one of those really, really good ones. Pineapple is another great, great fruit that I don't know if anybody's ever been to the Caribbean or been traveling in the days when we could travel. But fresh pineapple is one of those things that I could eat day in, day out. Doesn't matter. I would always go to the fruit section of the buffet whenever we were out traveling, and I would always definitely pile on the pineapple. It's just one of those amazing, amazing things. And it has an amazing ingredient in it called bromelain, which is a mixture of enzymes that really is really, really good for anti-inflammatory properties within the body and the ability to digest protein. So, especially if you're out traveling and, perhaps having some stomach issues or whatever, pineapple is one of those things that's going to be really, really amazing for you. And, besides the fact that it's just packed full of vitamin C and manganese, bromelain is just like the added bonus that's on top of it. That's just amazing. Avocado is another one of those amazing fruits that is going to be so, so good for you. And you should be, taking in quite a bit. It has that saturated fat in it, but again, it's a different kind of fat. It's not an animal saturated fat, and it's the fat is actually called oleic acid, and is a monounsaturated fat, and it's actually linked to reducing inflammation in the body and better heart health. So one of those amazing, amazing fruits that, okay, the calorie count is going to be a little bit higher. So I wouldn't say take in 6 avocados in a day, but definitely don't shy away from taking that in. So incredibly good for you. Blueberries, it's blueberry season for all of our friends up here in Northern Ontario. And it is one of the most powerful superfoods that you can actually get for the body. It contains high fiber, high vitamin C, vitamin K, manganese, and is extremely high in antioxidants. And it's just one of those just incredible things that you can never say anything wrong about it. These are one of the fruits that you can take in high quantities if you want, because a berry, like a strawberry or any of these other berries, are going to be low glycemic. So you can take in pretty much as much as that you want, up until the point where you find yourself heading for the bathroom, because it can be, because of the high fiber, it can be quite stimulating for the bowels, just to put it nicely. But anyways, blueberries are one of those really wonderful things that you should be taking in year round. And because of the high antioxidant count, it actually helps to reduce the risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and Alzheimer's. And they are one of the ones that are so extremely important for the immune system too. So brain, heart, gut, immune, it covers it all. It is a superfood by far, one of the best ones for you, and low glycemic. So it's not going to spike your blood sugars at all. Apples. So apples, an apple a day does what? I bet you everybody knows that little saying. And taking in an apple a day is going to really, really help too. And even if you kind of squeamish or kind of not able to take in a whole apple, even taking a whole apple and grinding it down to an applesauce is another really wonderful way to take in that one apple a day. You're going to get a lot of fiber, a lot of vitamin C, potassium, vitamin K, which is really, really important for bones and heart and health. And a few of the vitamin B's as well, but you're going to get a lot of those. And all of those constituents are really, really good for promoting heart health, reducing type 2 diabetes, because you're going to balance out your blood sugars quite a bit with eating some really good foods. Cancer and Alzheimer's are going to be another one. Pomegranate is another one that, might be a little bit foreign to some people, but one of the healthiest fruit on the planet. Really, really high in antioxidants, and has actually 3 times higher the amount of antioxidants than green tea or red wine has. So taking in concentrated juices or the pure juice of pomegranates is a really wonderful way to increase your antioxidant count. They're a little difficult to maneuver. Sometimes you find in the grocery store, you can find packages that already have the pomegranate seeds already taken out of the fruit itself. So kind of, you get, you don't have all that extra work, but they're really great for throwing into salads, and, just sort of scattering on different fruits, like a fruit salad or even a vegetable salad. You can put them into smoothies, but they end up having that little bit of a seed content in the center. So you maybe want to stay away from that, but trying to get them in as much as possible. Juicing them, taking in the juice is really wonderful to help with reducing inflammation and preventing disease all around. Mango is another one of those wonderful tropical beauties out there. So incredibly high in vitamin C, a source of soluble fiber, and again, helping to prevent many, many health issues that you can take in. So taking in mangoes is always another one of the things. And I always kind of have mangoes in the house frozen anyways, because I like to throw them into stir fries just to get that nice little touch of sweetness perhaps every once in a while. Strawberries, well, again, it is strawberry season here again in Northern Ontario. We have a bountiful supply of lots of berries in our area. So the blueberries, strawberries, highly nutritious, vitamin C, manganese, folate, potassium, really, really wonderful constituents. And again, the low glycemic. So not taking in and spiking those blood sugars as a result of, high quantities of them, and getting all the sweetness that you desire and really want from, when trying to decrease our sugar intake. So when we are decreasing our sugar intake, you're going to have cravings for a little bit. So taking in these berries is going to be very, very helpful for that. Cranberries is another one, not so sweet, mind you, but another one that's going to be very, very high in your antioxidants, your vitamin C, manganese, vitamin E, K1, and copper, and very, very high in polyphenols, which actually help to improve your health as well too. So cranberries, because they are a bit tart, people that tend to add a lot of sugar to them. So definitely is not going to be one that I suggest you go towards, especially if you're going to be going towards adding sugar to it, because that's the whole, sort of defeats the whole point of this. So maybe a cranberry juice, and making sure that you're getting a cranberry, not a cranberry cocktail or a cranberry like juice or a cranberry mixture or anything like that. The pure cranberry juice. And then you can take like 2 tablespoons, 2 ounces of this juice, and mix it into water, and it's makes a really, really amazing cocktail that you can from there add maybe a little bit of raw honey or stevia, or once you begin to enjoy that taste just by itself. Because I don't know about you, but I like that tartness of juice, and it really does quench my thirst for when I'm trying to drink a lot more water. Speaking of which, lemon is another one that's obviously nice and high in vitamin C. A lot of the citrus fruits are very, very high in vitamin C, and particularly good for your heart health, again, because the potential for lowering blood lipids and blood pressure as well. So lemons also help to really detoxify the body. Even though they're acidic, they help to alleviate the body of toxins, and as a result, alkaline the body. So drinking lemon juice, or sorry, not lemon juice, but lemon water, and not lemon from a bottle. It has to be like real lemons that you've squeezed. And using that little bit of lemon in your water is an amazing, amazing way to really stimulate your digestion, increase the alkalinity of your body. Like again, I said, lowering the blood lipids in your system and your blood pressure as a result. One of my really nice treats that I like to do is make I don't have my jug here right now, but a 32-ounce bottle of my water bottle anyways. And I put half a juice of a lemon in there, as well as 2 hibiscus tea bags. So it's just pure hibiscus, no other stuff in it. And I sip on that all day long. So hibiscus tea, even though it's kind of a side note, it's not a fruit or anything, but it is a very, really wonderful way to help naturally control and lower your blood pressure. And by adding the lemon in it as well is kind of a double whammy. So really, really wonderful way of doing that. So watermelon is another really wonderful fruit that you can get in vitamins A and C, tons of antioxidants, including lycopene, carotenoids, and curbitins, and E, another one, I don't know. Anyways, it's really good for anti-cancer effects, and lycopene has actually been linked to reducing the risk of cancers in the digestive system, while inhibiting tumor growth as well. So consuming lycopene-rich foods actually helps to promote your heart health and the ability to reduce cholesterol and blood pressure. The thing is, with watermelon, you're also including so much wonderful hydration into your system that you don't have to, drink your half your body weight in water, in ounces a day of water. So taking that in mind, when you increase your fruit intake, this is all going to be a part of the water content that you're going to be taking in to hydrate you throughout the day. And it's all part of that half your body weight situation that you want to take in. But watermelon is one of those wonderful things that you can do so many things. You can juice it and get some really, really amazing benefits from it. Olives, something I wouldn't have really considered, but it is a fruit, very, very good source of your vitamin E, your omega-3 fatty acids, iron, copper, and calcium, low in they're high in antioxidants, the vitamin E obviously, and really help to prevent heart health and liver damage, and and has great anti-inflammatory effects. So I'm not saying because I know we all know that one person that can sit down with a whole jar of olives and just eat them all. Not the best idea, but adding them to salads, a little olive tapenade, maybe on some gluten-free bread, something along that lines, or some nice crackers, or just adding them here and there all over the place is going to be beneficial. You don't need a lot of them, but they're definitely part of that group of amazing fruit that you're going to be taking in. Blackberries, again, that whole berry family is going to be nothing but amazing for you. So taking in as much as you can to reduce inflammation, aging of the arteries, and all these different things. Oranges, another one of the really wonderful things, your vitamin C and potassium, really, really good. Citric acid itself helps to reduce the risk of kidney stones. So just something to keep in mind. Bananas. Now, this is one of the ones that's can be a little bit controversial. Being the fact that they're very high in potassium, a banana actually contains about 12% of the recommended daily intake of potassium, but it can also be very high in sugar. But I don't want that to stop you. At different points of the ripeness of a banana is going to be a lot sweeter than others. So just taking that in mind, into consideration, that you want to take a banana that's not quite ripe, but I mean, everybody has their preference and their best ideal ripeness of a banana. So like, again, you just use your own judgment. And I mean, if they're really, really ripe, I wouldn't be taking in 6 in a day. But at the same time, I would never be afraid to take in bananas because of a fear of increasing your blood sugars and, getting all out of whack with stuff like this. You're always going to be getting the benefits of the nutrients, the synergistic effects of the whole food, as opposed to table sugar or high fructose corn syrup or something along that lines, which is what basically we're trying to get away from. You can use bananas for many, many things, other than just grabbing and going is one of those most convenient kind of fruits to do, other than apples and whatnot. But you can make ice creams out of them. You can do some amazing concoctions with bananas that you wouldn't even believe. Make cookies out of them. They can be a base for a lot of things, and it's not something that you should overlook by any means. Red and purple grapes. This is one of the ones, again, very, very high in antioxidants, not the juiced ones. I'm not talking about wine here. I am talking about the actual fruit itself. There is something called anthocyanins and resveratrol in grapes that are really, really important in reducing inflammation in the body. And resveratrol is one of those big anti-cancer property ones that is so important for cancer survivors and people looking to, help reverse quite a bit. Cherries is my last one that I'm going to talk about. And again, one of these, see, I've got a bowl full of cherries on my desk. Rich in nutrients, especially potassium, fiber, and vitamin C, and contains so many antioxidants and anthocyanins and carotenoids, and reduces inflammation in the body and can help prevent several diseases. Cherry juice is one of those, red cherry juice is one of those ones that you can again buy, not concentrated, but pure cherry juice, tart cherry juice, in the health food section of the grocery store or your health food store. And this is amazing product for people with gout, and something that I recommend people to take. And I mean, when you're taking in juices like this, they're almost a medicinal way. You're not taking like big glasses of it by any means. You're only taking like maybe 2 ounces of this juice when you take it in like this, and put it in some water and use like make yourself a little elixir or cocktail and have it on a daily basis. Uh, and the same with something like a cranberry juice. And for a while there, I was taking in cranberry juice, 2 ounces with 2 ounces of tart cherry juice, and I would put that in with some water and have that as an elixir when I was taking my meds, my supplements. And this is something that you can do on a regular basis to combat inflammation in the body. And what I didn't mention about cranberries that I wanted to mention is the fact that taking in cranberry juice, the pure cranberry juice, I mean, I don't want to um, I don't want to diss specific brands, but the other brands that are out there, when you see cranberry juice, are nothing but basically water with a little bit of coloring in it. This is not the stuff that's going to help you when it comes to something like a UTI, urinary tract infection, and gut, and not gut, but bladder and kidney function and health. You want to take in um, that pure juice that's non-concentrated, and it's going to cost a little bit more money, but like I said, you're taking it in like a medicine almost, and you're taking in small doses and making like a little cocktails out of it. And it is an amazing thing. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of and gets away from the fact that thinking of fruit as being bad. I don't want you to think fruit is bad, because fruit is not bad. And it's something that is very important to be taking in on a daily basis, um, in several different parts of your meals. But again, just knowing which fruits are going to be a little bit more higher in calories if you're watching your calories. If not, then don't worry about it. There's a lot of people that and a whole group of people actually that call themselves fruitarians, like a vegetarian but a fruitarian. And I mean, they sustain on fruits, and that's it. Not a bad thing by any means, but again, just making sure that if you're increasing your fruit intake, you're definitely going to want to decrease your sugar intake. And that's the whole point of this week's conversation, is trying to decrease that sugar a little bit at a time. All right. So if you have any questions, please reach out. And if you didn't know, I'm Wendy. I'm a holistic nutritional consultant. And I just love giving people information and things to think about, and direction in towards their best self. So have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon.